Well, the gas is on and the kitchen is certainly warming up. George, welcome back. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Now, what are we in store for today?
Well, today that's another simple dish. The trick of this, of course, is the ingredients, which is shrimps, scallops, dozen scallops, some calamari, squid, live mussels, and twin scallops. And from that dish, from that produce, with a bit of basil and tomato sauce, we're going to bake what we call the famous Spaghetti Marinara.
Ah, because you're Palazzo del Marinaio?
Marinaio is seaman. Marinaya is a combination of shellfish or fish.
Right. Okay. So where do you begin with the recipe? Okay, you've got the ingredients.
We get the ingredients here. So next thing, this is again simple, and the trick with fish, as we spoke earlier in the piece, is timing. Fish does not need lots of cooking like meat or like especially poultry. So what you have here, you have a bit of olive oil. There's olive oil and marinated garlic. You brown this a little. You must always.
So what's the garlic been marinated in?
In olive oil.
In olive oil.
A bit of olive oil.
For long?
No. Well, you see here, it's going to be browned before you start anything. Sort of roast these in the pan a little. Okay, that's what you do with garlic and onion. It's always roasted. Then the onion, if you use onion, instead of roasting the onion, you say you caramelize the onion. So, yeah, so here's, so if you can see, I don't know whether you can see that it's roasted. So it's turning brown.
Oh, yes, it is. It's happening very quickly.
As soon as that happens, you can put, and step back, because this might fire a little. Okay. And again, before you put the tomato sauce, you saute this a little bit of salt, not too much. Because, of course, fish or good seafood comes, see, they're popping open. Yeah. It's lovely, lovely dish. It's as simple as what you would have if you come to eat tonight at the restaurant. The same thing as pre-ordered. Nothing is pre-cooked. Only that's the scallop. See, the scallop is nearly cooked. So this.
They just don't take long at all, do they? It's very quick.
Well, it's all, the pan was a bit hot. So this is the good iron pan. See, these are opened already. And that's opening up. Ideally, I should have brought a lid. You put a lid on this because you want to steam everything now in the sauce, as this is happening. So now we put this up a little. Which way it goes up? Why can't this up? Okay, so I think you're going to be cooking soon. I can see you doing this actually outside.
Sorry, you can see me doing this?
Yeah.
You have a lot of faith, George. I have to say you have a lot of faith.
Now you let this, take its place, which again, in the kitchen you have bigger burners, so as soon as you do this, boom, it just fires. So when you see kitchen, there's the oil, and then you put anything liquid, it creates a sensation. Actually, that's all it is. It's marinating. This is spaghetti, of course. It's pre-cooked because this would have taken 7 to 8 minutes to do here. And all we do once this is steaming up, we just put the basil. Now, the basil we don't cook. See the basil? We put a bit of basil on the pasta, like so. And then we put all this over here. And the next thing, and here what we have is you have some, I just did these before I came here, some black Kalamata olive. Very tasty olive.
Yes.
And of course, with any pasta, we always have cheese. Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese, yes.
Great, but that's more or less the plate there. Looks nice and colorful, and of course once it sits on basil, all the fumes, all the sweetness comes through the herb, and serve. Piece of lemon, a bit of Parmesan cheese, of course a nice New Zealand wine. And we're in business.
Yes, a small necessity. Well, we're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we're actually going to. The recipe, of course, will be finished. We'll
let this simmer, and then we plate it.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thanks, George.
Thank you. That looks good. Very good.